5.3, we are doing common factors, and they pretty much know everything to do with this. The most frustrating part is that it's time consuming. It takes us a little longer to get there. We did talk a lot about how this is going to be really important in future grade levels, especially as they move into some work with fractions. Knowing what factors are in common between numbers will become especially helpful. So the example we have is Desiree has 100 pink, 80 blue, and 120 purple beads. She puts all the beads into jars equally. Each jar has one type of bead. How many beads can she put in one jar? So what we need to figure out is she has all these jars. Doesn't matter. We don't need to know how many jars she has, but we know she has 100 pink. She has 80 blue, and she has 120 purple beads. She wants to have the same amount of beads in each jar, and each jar only has one color. So how many beads can she put in each? We can't put 30 in one and 10 in the other and 5. We want to make sure that we put a common number. So we're going to use our factors to help us divide these out. This is where in 5.1 we talked about writing our factors from least to greatest. This is going to become especially helpful here. So what we need to do is first find the factors for each of our numbers. So I'm going to go through and do that. For 100, I know my factors are 1 and 100, 2 and 50, 3, so I'm thinking back to my divisibility rules from 5.2 as well. 3, it needs to be, the sum of the digits needs to be divisible by 3. So 1 plus 0 is 1. I know 1 is not divisible by 3, so I can't do that. 4, that's one I could do long division on, or if I know that 4 quarters equals $1 or 100 cents, I can say 4 and 25. 5, I can do 5 and I know it ends in a 0, so it's divisible by 5. I can do 20. 6, it needs to be even and divisible by 3. It is even, but we said it's already not divisible by 3. 7, I'll have to divide that out. And I know that won't work. 8, we'll have to divide that out as well. Your basic facts may come in handy and you don't need to. Won't be able to do that. 9, it needs to, the sum of the digits needs to be divisible by 9. So 1 plus 0 is 1. Is 1 divisible by 9? No. Then I get 10. And 10 times 10 gets me 100, so I know I'm done once I hit that same double digit. Next number I'm going to do is 80, so I'm going to do 1 and 80. 2 is an even number, so 2 and 40. 3, so is the sum of the digits divisible by 3. 8 plus 0 is 8. 8 is not divisible by 3, so it can't be 3. 80 divided by 4. I know I could do 20. 5, it ends in a 0, so I need to figure out 80 divided by 5. 5 and 16. Can I do 6? So 6, it needs to be even and divisible by 3. It is even, but it's not divisible by 3. 7, I know this is those times basic facts help. 7 times 10 is 70. 7 times 11 is 77. 7 times 12 is going to be over 80. 8, I know I could do 8 and 10. Then 9, I can think 9 times 8 would give me 72. 9 times 9 would give me 81, so I'm not going to get there. And then I'm done because I would start with 10, work my way. Last one is 120, so I'm going to do 1 and 120. 2, it is an even number, so 2 and 60. 3, so it has to, the sum of the digits has to be divisible by 3. 1 plus 2 plus 0 is 3. Is 3 divisible by 3? Yes, so 3 and 40. Can I do 4? If you know your basic facts, if you remember, we could say 12, it ends in the 0. 12 divided by 4 would be 3. Add back on that 0. So 4 and 30. 5, it does end in a 0, so I know that it has to be divisible by 5. I just need to figure out what that is. going to be 5 and 24. 6, again, I could think, well, 12 divided by 6 is 2. Add back on my 0. So 6 and 20. Other way I could think of that, was it an even number? Yes. Was it divisible by 3? Yes. Can I do 7? So I'll need to divide that out. 7. I know I can't do 7 times something and get 50, so 7 won't work. Can I do 8? Could do 8 and 15. Can I do 9? So 9, it needed to, the sum of the digits need to be divisible by 9. 1 plus 2 plus 0 is 3. 3 is not divisible by 9, so that won't work. 10, could divide that out. So 10 and 12, then at 11, and then I'm back at 12. Next thing I'm going to do, so you can see it just takes us a while to get there. Next thing I need to do is go through and circle all the factors that are in common between the 3. If only 2 of our products have that, does not work. So I'm going to, they all have 1. Do they all have 2? Yes. Do they all have 4? Yes. I'm going to cross out my 3, so I know I've taken care of that. Do they all have 5? Yes. Do they all have 10? Yes. Now 2 of them had 8, but one of them didn't, so it doesn't count. One of them had 6, but the other ones didn't. Do they all have 20? They do. But they didn't all have 12 or 15 or 16. You can see why it's really helpful that we did this least to greatest with all of them. Did they all have 25? No. Did they all have 50? No. Did they all have 100? No. 24? No. Did they all have 30? No. 2 of them had 40, but not good enough. 60? No. 80 and 120? No. So my answer to this question would be 1, 2, 4, 5, or 10. I need to look back. How many beads can she put in one jar? My label is beads. So again, it's easy. It just takes us a long time to get there.